What? Are you kidding? We got us an awesome podcast here.
Welcome to the very first exciting adventure of Radio Free Anarchy. I'm your host, Travel Mateus. This channel is now my umpteenth iteration of trying to create an existence on YouTube. And I have found a video that suggested what I'm trying to do right now, and that is make a number of videos, at least 5. I've got 3 uploaded that are waiting to be published, and then this one that I'm making right now as the introductory video, letting you know who I am, where I'm coming from, and hopefully this will then, give you a nice little segue into checking out the videos that I have spliced up from a 30-minute video that I made called The Gospel According to the Matrix, which is an adaptation of a fantastic primer on the worldview of politics and government and history and education and religion and philosophy in terms of how those things shape our understanding of existence and our place in this world. So Radio Free Anarchy is going to be all of those things rolled up into one. And again, I'm trying this avenue. I've got other channels, Travel Mateus Findlay, The Plain Truth 2.0. You can go check those out if you're interested. So the video that I was watching said that YouTube sometimes has a problem struggling with its AI being able to determine, what is this channel all about? Who do we push this out to? We don't know what audience he's searching for. When I'm uploading the video, it has tags, and I put in the tags there. YouTube should have no problem understanding where I'm coming from and what audience I'm trying to reach. You understand what I'm saying? So, and then also in the title, I do hashtag, 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 and I was told only do 3 hashtags, otherwise it gets overloaded, does not compute. All right, all of that to say, this is another iteration of voila, okay? Radio Free Anarchy. What is anarchy? This is my take on anarchy. Anarchy, in its foundational premise, based on one law, and that law is the law of love. And what does that mean, right? You've got the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have others do unto yourself. And that's fair enough as far as it goes. But I think that the concept of anarchy is more appropriately summarized with the concept of do no harm. Do no harm. And that doesn't mean that there aren't any rules by which we live our lives and through which we experience our relationships with other people. Anarchy also entails with do no harm in that I am not going to impose my will onto you against your will. If there is something that I want to do that you don't want me to do, I will have to regulate my ambitions and my desires, maybe even modify them to a certain extent, so that I don't cross that line with you. Okay? Now, there's a lot to hammer out with this because we don't live in a society, we don't live in an anarchistic republic, so to speak, Our republic is supposed to be governed by laws, But that's not all they're governed by, because we have policy, we have mandate, we have statutes, we have rules, and then we have quote-unquote laws. But if we understand the Constitution and if we understand the Bill of Rights, no man has the right to create a law that eliminates your right in any capacity, except for the fact that if you were to go over to Granny Smith's house, perhaps your granny, maybe somebody else's, she likes you to take your shoes off before you come into her house. That's her law. That's her policy. Law to me is natural law. Natural law, those things cannot be changed. They cannot be altered. And we can talk about those things later on as well. But there is an aspect in which I can impose my will onto you and over you if you come into my space. Like, this is my space right here. If I have a certain rule about this space and you don't abide by it, guess what I'm not going to do anymore? I'm not going to invite you over. And if you want to come spend time with me, then you're going to actually say, you know what, I want to spend time with Travel, and I know that I don't agree with his policy of shoes off at the door or whatever it is. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's this delicate balance of the ebb and flow of existence with external relationships that are outside of your house. You have house rules. That's great. That's perfect. I then have to decide whether or not I want to comply with those. And if I don't like your house rules, then I'm not going to come over probably. And then that might make you think, oh, you know what? Maybe I'm too austere. Maybe those are too draconian. Maybe I got to loosen up and lighten up. That's what life is all about, right? Adjustments, nipping and tucking, radio-free anarchy. All right, well, that about wraps it up just in terms of an introduction. I mean, if I haven't, lured you in with the sultry sound of my voice at this point, keep moving. That's okay. Somebody out there somewhere is going to find me, and somebody out there somewhere is going to have someone else who's going to want to be interested in the things that I have to say and how I say them. We're going to talk about spirituality, philosophy, politics, education, conspiracy theories, and I'm not the be-all, end-all. I don't know everything, but I think about everything, and I would love it for you to participate in this expression of understanding who, what, where, when, why, and how we are. All right, I'm going to wrap it up about there. I have been your host, Travel Mateus, on this very first exciting adventure of Radio Free Anarchy. I am going to leave you with this helpful... All right, so in order to keep this episode short, brief, to the point, I'm going to wrap it up right now. This has been the very first exciting adventure of Radio Free Anarchy. I've been your host, Travel Mateus. I do want to leave you with one request in 4 or 5 parts, okay? I can only create this content. The only way that this content is going to grow in audience is if you, my faithful listeners, are diligent and disciplined and determined enough to do these things right here. If you appreciate the content that I'm sharing right now, please make sure that you share the episodes when either they're live or uploaded. If I am live, please make sure you join the chat, because if you invite someone to watch the video and it's live, but there's nothing going on in the chat, a lot of people are just going to bounce. We need to see people actively engaging each other, introducing yourselves to each other, promoting love, life, laughter, and liberation. I don't need smurfing haters. I don't need smurfing trolls. You guys can go smurf off, okay? This channel is all about love. Even though there is an anarchistic bent to it, I'm not lawless. Okay? So don't misunderstand that aspect of where this channel is coming from. And then make sure that you comment and make sure that you hit the Fonzarelli. You smash that like, right? If you like this content, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then also make sure you subscribe. So there's 5 free ways, and that's every single time a video comes up. Every single time. Nick and Lex. Nick and Lex is my favorite reaction channel to music. I love this couple. I've met them in person. They are beautiful people. And every single time they go live, the first thing I do is I smash that Fonzarelli. I jump into the comment, and then I share the content. I'm already subscribed, but that's the free way I can support that content creator. So not only for me, but any content creator that you watch, I would encourage you to make this a healthy habit. Okay, get this into your mind. If you watch that show, if you watch that episode, you just smash the like, make a comment, share the content, and then also make sure if it's live you're joining in the chat. Because if you invite more people into the chat, you get a more diversified audience, which then will create a diversified show. You know, if people are asking questions, if people are making comments, I can then engage with that information, and then I can shape a show around that kind of interaction. All right, going to wrap this up. I appreciate it if you've made it this far listening to the sultry sound of my voice, and if you have, make sure you do all 5 of these things if you haven't already. I've been your host, Travel Mateus. Until next time.